Aloha guys. Let's talk about win-win in churches and government today. So, in a win-win situation, instead of me having to wave a sign and say the government is unfairly allocating tax dollars or a church is unfairly, shall we say, being dishonest and not representing truth, well, why not leave it to individuals to kind of figure this out and not be so stressed out about, is my job to inform people? Like, for example, a soldier that fights in a war, just because my tax dollars are being used to compensate that person, it doesn't mean that I'm the one who's unfairly hurting or killing somebody who they think that they have to defend themselves against. When they, let's just put it this way, if their allegiance really is to the American people, then they would help in prison systems and with, gang conflicts in America first. And if America was a perfectly stable country, then they might go to helping other people in the world fight in the name of democracy. But let's, American forces, listen to the Democratic vote. Listen to the majority interest of the American people, as opposed to a small group of people, like a small group of politicians, and rather make a decision to you'd rather hurt yourself or kill yourself than hurt or kill somebody else, like in a foreign land, who you're not really defending yourself from. You're just, doing your job and following orders. It's tricky, but there are choices to be made, and I make a choice to say, okay, instead of striking out and saying they're bad, I simply decide what I'm going to do. And so I do things to, promote my agenda, but not that it would conflict with others. Like, I thank, American servicemen and women for serving. I like to promote a good emotional standard for my surroundings, and help people to realize, not by saying, oh, you're bad because you're not a vegetarian, but just by being professionally courteous. It doesn't mean that I consider them family, but I do consider them at least a friend. If somebody's courteous to me and me back to them, and that reminds me, it's important to, it may be inconvenient, like if the person's busy, but if you're actually going to be working with somebody throughout the day, or let's say you meet a security guard or so on, and you're trying to deal with situations with coworkers and whatnot, imagine this security guard is, or whoever is, you want to say your first name to them, and they say their first name before you, try to resolve potential disagreements. You want to represent who you are first, and not make it like you're quickly trying to be right, and take time to make friendships before you work with people. That's what I'm suggesting, and including your boss. And you can think of your boss like this. You can think of them as being, you're not there working for them, you're working for a fair, everyone's co-workers. The boss's job is to pay people and manage them fairly. The worker's job is to do a particular labor task. So in that sense, we have people who are more balanced out, and governments, money and government those are not the root problems, quote unquote. Without money, we couldn't have all these elaborate, amazing things and investment, that investments that help to create businesses and create opportunity, educational and everything, and fair exchange and efficient exchange. And the same thing with government. Everything has a purpose, and it's all getting progressively better. If you think that the current society is bad, or you hear things about the economy, just look at in the past, and right now we're getting closer and closer to like a global connectivity, and let's just keep going there. Maybe something like using the Bitcoin or alternative types of currency that everyone could fairly have a fair exchange with might be useful. And so we're entering into a digital age in which we have to put each other first as human beings. For example, we don't want to put animals first, like pets or what else? Like save the whales. There's these boats maybe stopping people in Japan from hunting whales, or stopping people from chicken fighting, or stopping people from eating meat. Well, I don't think it's suitable to being a human being. We're here for each other first, and not to we've got to realize that it's our species. We have to take care of each other first. So thanks for being here with me today. Aloha. Till next time, remember, shine the light and everything else glows.